Hey, welcome to today's video. I am ready to get into the Christmas holiday spirit. It's winter time now. Not snowing yet, which is really sad, but I did want to read some Christmas or holiday themed books this year and do a little reading vlog on it. So I picked out 3. If you didn't watch my holiday book shopping video, I'm actually reading the 3 that I bought in that video. So if you want to see me pick them up, you can go check that out. We will be reading those books right now, and I am going to tell you a little bit about these 3. I love books set in winter. It's just so like cozy to me, and I love this time of year. The first one I'll be reading is The Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcello. This is a YA holiday themed romance, and I don't think I've ever read a YA wintertime Christmas book before, so this will be a first for me. But this is about our main character Lila, and she's on her winter break for school. She just wants some extra cash during winter break, so she gets a job at this inn, and this inn is the setting of this really popular movie in their world. So that's really cool. And then she's also like an anonymous book blogger, which sounds so fun. And then as she's working at this inn, she gets a new coworker. His name is Teddy, and he is her boss's nephew. They kind of form this rivalry between the two of them. They're really bothering each other. They're getting on each other's nerves. But one night at work, they end up switching phones with each other on accident. And then as they're going through each other's phone, thinking it's theirs, they're kind of revealing secrets, or I think they're like talking about each other to other people. And yeah, this book is only like 250 pages, so it's super short. Hopefully I can just get through this in one sitting, but it sounds super cute and fun. And then next I have Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. This is about a Christmas tree farm that has been super run down, but our main character Stella loved this farm as a kid, so she wants to revamp it and revive it and get it back to running again. There's this Instagram giveaway that she enters, and you can win $100,000 cash prize. So obviously she takes the opportunity and tries to win that money to use it to bring this Christmas tree farm back to life. But on the application for the giveaway, she said that she had a boyfriend that she owns the farm with, which she doesn't have a boyfriend. So this is a fake dating trope, and I love fake dating. And he's also like her best friend, which is so cute, and I love that. So I'm hoping that I really love this. I know there's other books in this series too that I think you can read them as standalones, but this is the first one. I really want to read the other books. I think the covers are super cute. I just think that they're all going to be adorable, so I'm excited to get into these. And then lastly, I have The Book Club Hotel by Sarah Morgan. This one seems like I don't know how this one's a romance. It was in the romance section, but I feel like it's more about a found family with this group of girls that are really close as friends. So our main character Hattie is running this inn. She was running it with her husband, but her husband actually passed away. She's very stressed out around the holidays, and this inn is a place that gets a lot of foot traffic during the winter, and it's fully booked for the winter time. So she's just having a hectic time, and she is dealing with the death of her husband and dealing with all the stress from this inn. So with that, she's trying to get everything together, and then these 3 girls end up showing up, and they have a book club, which one, that's cute, and then they're all really close. So they start talking, and Hattie kind of overhears them as they're doing their book club. But as Hattie is kind of listening to them, she thinks that each of them has a lot of emotional baggage going on, so she kind of chimes in with them and starts talking to them, getting into their book club, and they all kind of just open up to each other, I think, and develop an even stronger friendship. I just think this book is going to be super wholesome and a great book about friendship and life itself and things that you deal with as you go through your journey. I think I'm absolutely going to love this book. This might be my favorite. This is the one I want to read the most, so I think I'm going to save this one for last. Those are going to be my 3 reads for this video. I am probably just going to read them in the order that I said them. So we will get started with The Holiday Switch and get cozy and wintry, and we'll see how I like it. Okay, so I just read the first chapter. This is definitely a YA book. The writing is already very bubbly. It's not cringy, but the characters are so full of personality already, and I think they're going to be very fun to read about. The nephew already came into the story, and he doesn't want to be there. But of course, she's like instantly attracted to him. She thinks he's cute. I think it's just going to be like a typical fluffy YA romance. But I really like her and her boss have this very strong relationship. So her boss is Teddy's aunt, and it's like that coworker relationship where the young person is friends with someone way older than them, but they just get along so well and they have so much fun together. It's like that. So I really like their relationship already. So she works in like a book store, like a gift shop section of the inn, I believe. I don't know, there was a mention of the gift shop and then it kept saying like the bookstore in, but she does a lot with books. So I've only read a chapter, but Teddy is already in the story. So he is from California. I don't know where this is set. Yeah, I don't know what state, but he came to work at the inn because he's having family issues, I guess. So his aunt, which is the boss, is hiring him part-time for the week. And that's kind of where the rivalry is starting between him and Lila, because she is trying to afford the college that she is going to go to next year. She needs as many hours at work as she can get. So she's trying to work full-time during her winter break, but Teddy is having family issues and he is coming to live with her name is Miss Velasquez Velasco. So I don't know what her first name is, but he's coming to live with her and he obviously is going to need a job. So she hired him part-time for the inn. So now Lila can't have the full-time job for winter break. So she's obviously upset about that because she needs the money for college. So that's where the rivalry is starting. Teddy already seems like he doesn't want to be there at all. Just not even because of her, but for whatever reasons and what he's going through. I figured I would just do a quick update, just give you my initial thoughts as I just read through the first chapter, and we'll continue on. Guys, she has 2 twin brothers and a sister, and so do I, but she's the oldest and I'm the youngest, so we're different that way. But I thought it was cute. Okay, hi guys, it is the next day. I actually just finished the holiday switch and this book was so adorable. I really liked it. It was extremely holiday themed and holiday filled with so many events that took place constantly throughout the book, so you weren't left with a book setting that was just set in the winter time, because sometimes books are set in the winter and they're kind of like marketed as a holiday book, but they just don't seem like that at all because there's not really Christmas activities or anything, but this one had a ton of them. I honestly really like this. So Lila, I know I was a little confused at first at like where exactly she worked, but she works, so there's the inn called the Bookstore Inn, and then she works in like the gift shop area, which also has like a library portion that she takes care of. Just the whole fact that she was an anonymous book blogger was amazing because it just felt real to me, because I watch BookTube and I get recommendations from people, and just reading her reviews on books was so convincing that I wanted to read some of these books in real life. So I really enjoyed that, but obviously those books don't exist, so I can't read that. She's a very good book blogger, I will say that. I felt like I was actually reading a book about a teenage girl who loves books, and we're going through her holiday winter break. I had a great time. I had a fun time. There's this underlying mystery with Teddy and what his kind of secret is and what happened with his family. So you're going the whole way. It's a very lighthearted read, but you're still having those questions about what is up with him. That was nice to kind of have that little fluctuation. At first I thought Teddy was extremely cringy and kind of icky because he is working at the bookstore and now with Lila. He was just not very hardworking at all. He just didn't want to be there. It was like that coworker that doesn't want to do anything, and I hate that. And then he was like doing pull-ups on the door frame, and that kind of grossed me out a little bit, but he got better along the way. He actually ended up being very sweet, and I do really like his character a lot now. And then the cutest part, oh my god, with her parents, her dad had this like problem with his business and whatever, and her family was having a rough patch, and they're still kind of having a rough patch. Her parents said for like the holidays they were gonna buy each other cheap gifts. They weren't gonna like have a high budget for each other. So the one year her mom bought her dad like $5 stationery so he could write letters to her. And I just thought that was the cutest thing ever, because that just goes to show that you don't need to spend pretty much anything on a gift, and it could be the sweetest thing in the entire world. So that was absolutely adorable. It was literally like my favorite part of the book, and it was one sentence. I like the message of this story too, because Teddy was having his secret with like his hobby and his passion, and then Lila obviously had her secret with her book blogging. That was her passion. But I just really enjoyed the message of, if you have a hobby or a passion, that it's gonna be hard work, but you can make it possible to make that your career, or to make that what you do with the rest of your life. And I'm super big on that. I think if you work hard enough, I think your hobby or your passion can become what you do for the rest of your life. And that is one of my goals for myself, to just live my life doing what I love and being successful with it. I highly recommend this. I will give it a 4 stars. It's a YA, so it was a little youthful for me at times, but if you're looking for a quick, lighthearted, fun holiday read that is filled with a ton of holiday feelings, I really recommend this. I think you should pick it up. And I will say, definitely listen to, like, go to YouTube and search up like Christmas lo-fi music. I usually listen to Animal Crossing themed music or video game themed music, but this time I made it Christmas themed, and it really helped me get into the Christmas mood too, because I was listening to that music and it had like the bells in the background of it. But yeah, I will give this a 4 stars, and I think you should totally read it. So now I'm going to move on to Lovelight Farms. I will probably start it tomorrow, but I will update in a few days because I have a super busy weekend, so I won't get to reading too much of it, but I will just see you in my next update with that book. Hey. It's been about a week. I wanted to get this video up on the 22nd, which is tomorrow, but I'm only 80 pages into my second book, so that's not happening. I'm so sorry that this is not going up before the holidays, but hopefully you will still get recommendations from this and read them during the winter time. You can still do that. There's no rules, but I do just want to talk about this briefly. So I'm on page 86, chapter 9, and I am loving this one too. It's not as holiday themed. Well, there's not as many holiday vibes as the previous book. I think this was just written as a romance set around the holiday time, so it's not necessarily like marketed as a holiday read. It's been cute so far, and I've tabbed a few things. I'll share some quotes because there were really cute ones in here. This one is, she was talking about like her dream of having the Christmas tree farm, and it says, "It's been a dream since before I even had the courage to make dreams." And then there was one literally on the next page. She was putting like her scarf up next to her friend's denim jacket, and then like her keys were by his keys. So it says, "And isn't it silly to love the way someone's things look next to yours? Little bits and pieces of lives lived in parallel." And I just think that's so cute. I don't know why. I really relate to Stella as a main character, and I really enjoy her as a main character, and I love Luca too. He just seems like such a sweet person. Currently, right now, that literally means the same thing. Currently, the setting in this book is still before Thanksgiving, but I'm still feeling some of the holiday vibes. We're talking about hot chocolate. It's on a Christmas tree farm, so there's talks about that all the time. Hot chocolate, ice skating, it's getting colder. So yeah, even though there's not as much holiday stuff in this book as there was the last book, I'm still feeling it. I'm not far into this, so I can't say too much. Other than that, I am enjoying it so far, and I'm excited to finish. This book is only 300 pages. I thought it was longer, but there's like a little excerpt from the second book in this series. It shouldn't take me too long to read, but it's just depending on when I find time to read. I might just have to squeeze in reading here and there. I may not have updates as I'm reading through this book. Honestly, I'll probably just update it when I'm done. I'll see you then. I finished Lovelight Farms several days ago now, actually. I just haven't talked about it yet. This is gonna be the longest I've filmed a reading vlog. It's literally taking the whole month of December. Whatever, better late than never. So I did finish Lovelight Farms, and I think the last time I talked about it, I was about 80 some pages in, and I was liking it in that moment. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Now I'm finished, and I will be talking about this. I have some notes in my phone that I'll just get to. First note I have, it just says kittens. There are kittens in this book. They find like a little family of kittens, and it's so cute. I love that. I think that was my favorite part of the book. I will say this is one of those books where when you read the back of the book, you're expecting the plot to be what is said on the back of the book, or you're expecting that to take up most of the story. In this one, it really didn't. It didn't start happening until about almost 2/3 of the way through, so we were nearing the end, and then it was picking up a little bit. There wasn't much on it at all, so you're getting the romance and okay, cool, they're testing the tornado sirens right now. That's great. But the whole giveaway portion with this book obviously didn't pop up until we were nearing the end pretty much, and then it happened really quickly. We have Evelyn, who is the influencer. She showed up, and I wasn't too fond of her just because of how she reacted to a situation. There is something that pops up that brings a little complication to her being at Lovelight Farms. Evelyn just handled it pretty immaturely, and it wasn't fair to Stella at all because she's there for a giveaway and she's there for Stella. But then Evelyn just, I don't know, a situation popped up. I didn't like how she handled it. I thought it was very unprofessional, so I didn't like that. And then it kept happening, and then rather quickly after that, the whole giveaway thing kind of ended. I did enjoy the aspect of the farm. I thought it was nice. I like the people working with Stella. I think they had a very good connection with each other. I did enjoy the side characters. I did enjoy the subplots of this, despite all the romance that was in this book. Obviously, this is a romance book, so you're getting the build up to their romance, which they kind of had the romance in the beginning, so there wasn't really a build up, but all the subplots with things that were happening with the farm kind of in the background or besides the romance, I did enjoy that too. So I really appreciated that whole storyline of the book. I just was going into this expecting the giveaway and the story with Evelyn and Stella to be a big thing, and it really wasn't. So that kind of threw me off quite a bit, and I think that's why I didn't really like this book too much. But then once we got to the end and the romance was pretty much settled, Stella was bothering me quite a bit with what she was saying. She was doubting it so much, and she wasn't taking what Luca was saying as the truth, and she was just shutting it down over and over and over again. And I just don't like that when characters do that with any sort of romance, because I always feel bad for the other character. I do wish we had gotten Luca's point of view throughout this book. I wish it was dual point of view. I don't know, just the end when they were finally getting into their romance, Stella she bothered me quite a bit with how she was treating it and how she was treating him and the way she was taking it. So that was another downfall. It is a book where there's so much conflict packed in at the end, because you kind of have somewhat of a third act breakup, which I don't like, and then just everything that happened with Evelyn too in the story and the whole giveaway thing. There was just a lot going on at the end that ended pretty quickly, and there really wasn't too much on the farm after that. There wasn't too much on what had happened to the farm or where the farm went, what direction it was going in. And I really wish we saw that, because you spend the whole book rooting for this farm and rooting for it to be brought up again and be this great place that Stella falls in love with all over again. So I wish we had gotten more of that at the end, but other than that, I enjoyed the first 2/3 of this book. The ending did really fall off for me. I did give this book a 2.75 stars. I will continue with this series. The next book is Evelyn though, so I'm hoping that I like her character in her book. We'll see, but I do want to continue this series because I did like the writing a lot, and I think the other books can have really cute concepts and I can like them. I just ended up not liking Stella, which if you end up not liking a character, the book definitely goes down, especially in my opinion it does. That's all I have to say about Lovelight Farms. I would still recommend it to you if you have any interest in that book. But now, moving on, I have spent the last few days working on the book club Hotel by Sarah Morgan, and I am actually halfway through. We're almost done with this. We are getting to the last stretch. Thank goodness. I'm enjoying this so far. There are 4 different point of views in this, which is quite a bit. I wasn't expecting all the different point of views, but we have Hattie, who is the owner of the inn. We get her point of view first, and then we have the 3 friends that are coming to the inn for their book club. It is quite a bit, and the only thing that I'm not liking about this so far is that with the 4 different point of views, the amount of pages you're reading progresses pretty fast, but with all of that, you're kind of not really getting movement in the story. Not really any progression with the story as fast as I would like there to be. This is third person, which when it's a dual point of view or a multiple point of view in a book and it's third person, it's a little weird to me. I can handle third person. I don't mind third person. I know a lot of people don't like that or they don't want to read it at all. It's almost like there doesn't need to be point of views. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I do really like the friendship between the 3 girls. I wish we were getting more on Hattie's point of view because that's kind of where the romance is starting. I don't mind if there isn't romance in this book, but it is marketed as a romance. I'm waiting to see how that goes. There's like a hint of a romance with someone, and I do really enjoy him so far. I'm hoping that we get a lot of Hattie's point of view towards the end of this book, and other 3 girls' point of view kind of goes down a little bit. This is a very realistic holiday read, I would say. It's not one of your holiday reads that you're getting this light, cute, fluffy romance or these lighthearted relationships between people. You're getting real life issues. A lot of them are dealing with loss of family members or relationship issues. Just anything that you would expect to happen in real life. So it is a very realistic thing. I like that a lot because not everybody has a perfect holiday season. Everybody has issues within their lives and their families. Having a holiday book that's not completely lighthearted and positive 100% of the time, it just kind of hits you a little more because not everybody's living that perfect holiday life. Like I said, look, this is pretty much the first holiday book that I read that has real life issues that are being shown, but you can still, you know, you have your holiday. The holiday happens no matter what. So whatever you're going through, despite how you take it, this book is showing it, and I do really like that. So I'm excited to see where this goes because I do like their friendship in this, and I'm excited for Hattie to get into this. There's also like this underlying mystery with one of our girls. Her name is Erica, and she picked this in for a specific reason, but you don't know about it yet. So you kind of have that little mystery thing. And actually, I just recently found out why she picked this in and what's going on with her. I like that little hint of mystery added to the story. Those are my updates right now. I'll continue and we will get through this. We're almost done. Guys, I did it. I finished. Weeks later of reading, finally completed the last holiday themed book for this video, and I ended up really enjoying this book. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. Just the friendship between the girls was the sweetest thing ever, and I loved reading about it. I really enjoyed it. I know that I was saying the timeline was kind of rough for me just because of all the different point of views, but I ended up really liking that. Even though it was written in third person, I was able to connect to each of the girls more because of their point of views, and that was really special. But I did end up liking the timeline and where the story went. It didn't take place over a while, just a few days, and then it like jumped a little bit until they were done with their trip. Overall, I liked how this played out, and I did get that little bit of romance between Hattie and her guy, and it was really sweet. There wasn't a ton of it. I wouldn't really classify this as a romance book. I would honestly just say it's like literary fiction, and then it has that touch of romance in it. Probably like the least Christmassy or holiday feeling book out of all of them. I think it was just more of a focus on relationships with people and your friends and who you meet along the way, your past, things you've dealt with. with. Since it is a snowy themed book and it is set around Christmas time, I would recommend reading this at any point in the winter. I think that a lot of you might enjoy this. So if you haven't picked this up yet, I would recommend picking it up. And I really wish we could get a book on each of the individual girls. Maybe not so much Anna. I don't know if I would like reading Anna's story, but I do really like Claudia, Erica, and Hattie, and I would love to just have a whole entire book on them. I don't think she has other books with these characters, but I would really love that. I just really enjoyed them. I found easy connections to the characters. I really connected with Erica, and Hattie was really sweet. A lot of great side characters. It kind of reminded me of Gilmore Girls. It was like a very small town, connected characters. Everybody kind of knows each other and they help out. It was such a sweet story and I really enjoyed this. That is my last read. We're gonna give it a 4 stars. I feel like I've been filming this video for a month. It hasn't been that long, but it's just felt like a very long time. But we have the 3. So the holiday switch, I believe I gave this a 4 star. Did I? I don't even remember. But I really enjoyed this one. This was probably my favorite out of the 3 of them. And obviously I just talked about Lovelight Farms and the Book Club Hotel. I say this was a success and I'm happy that I read these 3. I do recommend all of these. I thought they were all pretty good. That is it, and I hope you enjoyed the holiday season. I'll see you next year with some holiday reads, so I will see you in my next video, whatever that may be. I hope you have a good rest of your year. Maybe you're soaking in another holiday read. I will not be. I'll probably just be editing my videos for the rest of the year. I don't think I'm gonna have much time to read another book. I do also want to say, just since this is like the end of the video, I won't be having a December wrap up just because I've only read these 3 books this month and then A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did a reading vlog on that and I have a reading vlog on these 3, so there's no point in me doing a December wrap up since I only read 4 books and there's already videos on how I felt about those books. I will say I did DNF a book at the beginning of the year. I'll just show you that right now. Or not the beginning of the year, the beginning of the month. The first book I was reading in December was The Path of Thorns by A.G. Slatter. I just couldn't get into it. I was really bored with the story. I think I got like 100 some pages in and I ended up DNFing it, so I did attempt that, but the rest of the books that I read this month you've seen. So that's it. I will see you with another reading vlog in the next year. Bye!